Alright, the next movie is Terminator Genisys. The only downside of this movie was the Kyle Reese character.
映画に行きたい気分です。楽しみにしています。
They chose the wrong actor to do this. He does not fit Kyle Reese in the remotest area. The Kyle Reese character in this film is, you gotta remember that this is way off in the future. Human beings are fighting machines. There is no food supply. You're lucky if you can find a rat to eat. But the Kyle Reese character they used in Terminator Genisys, he's like this buff football college guy who just walked off the field. He does not work at all. He's an actor and that's it. The Kyle Reese character, if you watch his appearance in the original and the previous Terminator films, he's this thin guy who's got this determined look on his face of wanting to have victory, but not really understanding how to achieve it, but he's determined that he's going to have it anyway. And you see this fear into his face and his eyes, but he sticks with the program anyway because he knows he has to. He doesn't have any other choice. But this other guy that they hired, I don't know the actor's name, but it was one of the poorest casting decisions for this series. They will be trying to turn this into a series, and unfortunately they definitely picked the wrong Kyle Reese. The movie is about, it's like a switch in time, like the humans are beating the Skynet computer system, and they are overcoming the machines slowly but surely, but they managed to send one back again. So what ensues in this movie is that the humans take over Skynet's time travel machine. They understand what happened, so they send a machine back in time before Sarah Connor became an adult. She was a child at the time. They reprogrammed this other Terminator, sent him back before the other one showed up. It's kind of like a mix in time. Don't go to this movie half asleep. You got to be awake when you go to this movie or you're not going to understand it. You need to hear the explanations of what happened, which makes sense. So this machine arrives when she's a child, rescues her, saves her, protects her, trains her, teaches her, so that when we reach 1984, when the first Terminator shows up, he encounters the previous to him Terminator, which is now much older but still active. They fight it out. He tries to destroy this other Terminator. Sarah Connor actually is the one who shoots this the Terminator from the original movie, the naked Arnold Schwarzenegger, because he's not battling this guy very well. And that ends the 1984 Terminator. He gets shot and blown away by Sarah Connor. And Kyle Reese shows up sometime involved in all this. And another Terminator, the melting one that's liquid metal, he shows up at the same time to get the Kyle Reese character. So somehow in the future this device is sending people back in time, going back and forth. You find out why at the end of the movie if you stay through the credits. you'll find that Skynet actually has a device below the device used for sending people back in time. It actually has another one below that, which the humans don't find. So that's why you see all this confusion going on with Terminators being sent back and previous to previous to previous, that type of thing going on. But you won't see the ending of the Terminator movie and that explanation unless you sit through the credits. It is also the beginning of the next Terminator movie. They will be doing 3. So you see this progression of this determination to kill Sarah Connor going on between a liquid Terminator and which fails and gets melted by the Terminator that's protecting her, because they had set up a trap. They knew it was coming, so they had set up a trap for it and melted it in some type of acid. But the trick here is that John Connor comes back in time as well. This time he's another Terminator, but he's actually is John Connor. He's just taken over by nanobot technology, and so he's extremely hard to defeat. But they managed to a point to defeat him. But really, if you watch through the credits and see the ending, you'll see that John Connor is not dead. And that's about it. It's a regular Hunt Pursue Sarah Connor film. The Arnold Schwarzenegger character survives to the end. He's in the next Terminator, but vastly improved. He now has the technology where he can liquefy parts of himself to regenerate. A lot of humorous scenes with the original, Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator. A lot of humorous scenes there, especially when he tries to smile to fit in with the humans. He just can't do it. Yeah, 2 Time Machine, and the one that's at Skynet, and the one that's below Skynet, which the humans don't find. So this is going to be a difficult movie for them to write. I think it's going to get more complicated. Like I said, don't go to this film unless you're wide awake to watch it, because there's a lot of material that you have to pay attention to, or you're just not going to pick up on this at all.